Hi, I'm Heather Warlick, and today I'm at the Opubco Studios talking with 4 Oklahoma women, and we're going to have kind of a roundtable discussion about Oprah Winfrey and her recent admission that she's gained back a lot of the weight that she had previously lost. As y'all know, in her recent issue of O magazine, it was the January issue, she had a photograph of herself in 2005 and a photograph of herself now having gained 40 pounds. And we asked, in the newspaper, we asked our readers to comment on what you guys thought. Should she be embarrassed? Should she be ashamed? She said she was. And we got lots of responses, and you guys came in to talk about it. So I'd like to start with Jane Maytubby. Jane has recently moved to Oklahoma from Connecticut. And so how long have you been in Oklahoma?
We moved here in July of '08, so
well,
just 6 months tomorrow, in fact.
Tell us your thoughts on the Oprah topic.
As I had replied in my email to you, Heather, I felt that Oprah should be embarrassed. My opinion is that she's an icon for millions of women, and a lot of women look up to her as an ideal, and I feel that she should be embarrassed, and not only for how she represents herself, but for her own health reasons.
Mm-hmm. A lot of women that responded mentioned that things like, well, she's got all these resources, she's got a personal chef, she's got, a team of people, a trainer working her out. So they feel like with all those resources, how could you gain the weight back? But Joanne Yeager, Midwest City, right? And you grew up in Seminole.
Yes.
Share with us your thoughts on the subject.
Well, I completely disagree. I think we've worn the terms ashamed and embarrassed pertaining to ladies. I think we've worn those terms out. They have no place in my vocabulary. I value people for many other qualities besides what the scales tell us the magic number is today, whether we should feel good or feel bad. I have no place for that in my life. I have 5 granddaughters and some nieces, and I don't want them to grow up focused on the scales. We have much bigger issues. Oprah's beautiful, whether she weighs the 140, 160, 200. I saw that same photo, and that lady looks great no matter what.
Yeah. Well, Glinda Mumford from Oklahoma City. Tell us, what are some of the struggles that you go through with your weight? I mean, is it the wrong foods or not enough exercise? Share with us.
I have problems with all that. I'm a wonderful cook, and I love to eat what I cook. Exercise, that's not on my agenda. I just have a treadmill in the garage that I've never stepped on.
Oh, wow.
and I have the desire to lose weight, but I'm not motivated to lose weight, and I don't know where to go and how to do it.
Has weight been an issue in your life always?
Not always, no. Not until I say, when I hit a plateau like 45, then weight just started coming on and staying on.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Teresa Asbury from Oklahoma City as well, but you said you're an Army brat, so you've kind of lived everywhere.
I've lived everywhere.
Yeah.
I've lived everywhere.
Well, share with us some of your
Well,
struggles.
I had cancer in 2003, and the chemo drugs have a tendency to put a little extra weight on you. So I gained about 40 extra pounds. And then in 2005, I joined Weight Watchers, and I lost the 40 pounds. And my brother took me to Cancun, and I had a great time. And then after that, I just kind of relaxed. And I think it's so easy to get back into your old eating habits and just start eating the foods that you were used to eating, because I think that, everything is involved around food. You go out with your friends, you eat, you have your friends over, you eat. And so I guess I just got back in the habit of enjoying myself and eating. So now I'm back on Weight Watchers, and so far I've lost some every week, so that's a good deal.
Yeah. It seems like when you're doing diet plans, what the experts say is that you have to find a lifestyle change, a change in the way you eat that you can maintain. So if it's Weight Watchers, then you have to be able to take that over into the rest of your life and keep it up. So that leads me to Jane, back to Jane. Jane's lifestyle change, right?
That's what I call it.
Tell us about that.
In March of 05, I guess, I was at 180 pounds, and I could not get into a size 14 anymore. And I said, enough's enough. And basically what I did is no diets, no blood diets or, anything, no wheat thing. It's portion control and exercise, and this year will be the start of my 5th year. I'm now wearing some size 4s, and I walk and run 7 to 10 miles every day as part of my routine. Got to burn those calories because I love to cook and eat too. I'm a very good cook.
Wow.
But I think that's the key for me. It was for me anyway, is portion control and exercise, and it's worked.
How long does it take to run 7 to 10 miles?
Well, I'm not very fast. Now, I can run like a 12-minute mile, but that's not good. When I was 20 years ago, I was doing an 8-minute mile, and I walk a 15-minute mile. So an hour in the morning and 45 minutes if I'm doing my 7 miles a day, which I've done today.
Not bad.
I rarely miss.
Okay, Glinda, you had a cute story about the last time you had to go get a new driver's license.
Oh, yes. I recently had a birthday in December and went to the tag agency, and the lady asked me, she said, I need to give you this piece of paper. You need to read it and sign it. And I said, okay. So I read it, and it wanted to know if 2 things on there had changed. My weight was one, and my address. So I didn't have a problem signing that, no, my address hadn't changed. And then my weight, I looked on there, I said, well, yeah, that kind of changed. So I marked it to say that it changed only by 20 pounds. Because my driver's license that I first got when I was 16 is the weight that I've been carrying on it. And now I'm 51. So I raised it 20 pounds only, and I actually should have probably raised it 100. Oh. I just said, oh no, this is good enough. 20.
A little white lie.
Just a little bitty one. It's not going to kill him.
No big deal. Teresa, what does your driver's license say?
Well, my driver's license has said 130 pounds for the last 10 years, and that's not been exactly right, but I keep hoping that maybe I could get back down to that weight and wouldn't be lying. Yeah. So,
You're keeping a positive outlook
That's right.
on the subject. All right. Well,
Exactly.
Joanne, I want to kind of wrap this up with you, and I'd like you to kind of talk a little bit about what we talked about before, about the image that's out there of women and how we feel like we all need to be skinny, and what does that portray to our kids?
Yeah, our catalogs and sales circulars, I won't mention any names, I certainly am tempted to, but when they have the photos of the skinny little girls that are probably 16, 17 years old to sell undergarments, I'm not going to buy there just because I don't look like that. But another thing, Heather, that I wanted to mention was also the deal about after my husband died several years ago, and I did some of the internet dating, and the guys on there who would say that they were looking for slim, petite, athletic, attractive, I ruled those men out. So those guys never got a chance to have someone who has many talents, a variety of talents, and quite a nice bosom.
Oh, you crack me up. Well, ladies, this has been a great discussion. And, if you have any comments to add to this discussion, go to my blog. It's at blogs.newsok.com/ofinterest. And leave all your comments on there, and we'll see. We might have some more interesting discussions like this in the future. So thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you, all your input, and thanks for watching.